The PlayStation Store is running a great PlayStation Plus double discount sale, and in this video we're going to be going over 10 great deals as a part of that sale. Now, a couple of things to note before we get into the deals. To participate in this sale, I would highly recommend you to be a PlayStation Plus subscriber. As is the case with all of the PlayStation Plus double discount sale, if you're a Plus subscriber, you save double the amount that non-Plus subscribers save. I also want to mention that all of these games in this video are priced a little bit higher than we typically mention. All of these are above $10. If you guys want, in a later video, we'll look at some great deals under $10. They are also running a totally digital sale, and a lot of those games are under $10, and there are some great deals as a part of that. But with that being said, let's get right into the deals themselves. And first up, we have a very expensive game, but a very recently released game as well. Yakuza 6: The Song of Life is 30% off, down from its typical price of $59.99 to $41.99. Now, yes, this is a very expensive price for Yakuza 6, but bear in mind that it's a very recent release, and Yakuza is a game that's packed with content. There's a lot of stuff to do, a lot of content for you to engage in, and Yakuza typically does hold in value in terms of its pricing. If you look at Yakuza 0, yes, now it's available for $20, but for a long time that game was very expensive, and I imagine Yakuza 6 to be pretty pricey for a while as well. So if you're interested in the game, $41.99, yes, it's expensive, but I would say that it's absolutely worth it. Next up, another pretty recent release, Burnout Paradise Remastered is down 50% all the way to $19.99. I talked a lot about Burnout Paradise Remastered when it was originally released. The fact that it was priced at $39.99 from the get-go kind of turned me off from it. Yes, Burnout Paradise is a fantastic game, but it was also a game that released all the way back in January of 2008. Needless to say, it got discounted rather quickly, and now it's already available at $19.99, and this is a great price for Burnout Paradise Remastered. If you never played Burnout Paradise, it's an open world arcade racer. You're gonna get into a lot of crashes and you're gonna have a lot of fun. It's got some great music, and the visuals do hold up now even in 2018. On the PlayStation 4 Pro, it does run at 4K, so that's pretty nice as well. And another game with a lot of content to tackle, and this version does of course include a lot of the downloadable content, so that is great. At $19.99, a good pickup for Burnout Paradise Remastered. Next up, we have a bundle that goes on sale all the time, but that doesn't change the fact that this is an absolute steal. Battlefield 1 and Titanfall 2 Ultimate Bundle is 75% off, down to $19.99. Now, this includes two great multiplayer first-person shooters. In Battlefield 1, that is the Revolution Edition, which includes all of the downloadable content, and you get Titanfall 2 Ultimate Edition. Now, unfortunately, they don't have either of the games on sale separately, so the bundle is your only option of getting either game, but if you want quality first-person shooters, it doesn't get much better than this, and I have to say, with Battlefield 1 and Titanfall 2, they both have pretty solid single-player campaigns as well. Would I say that each game sell themselves on the single-player? No, but they are quality single players nonetheless. But obviously the highlights of both titles is the multiplayer. The multiplayer in both games are excellent. I would honestly say that Titanfall 2, in my personal opinion, is a better game, but I'm a little bit more into the mech stuff. If you like your traditional Battlefield flair, you're gonna enjoy Battlefield 1 a ton. And $19.99 for both games, especially considering you get Revolution and you get the Ultimate Edition of Titanfall 2, that is a great pickup. Next up, we have Far Cry Primal, which is 70% off for $14.99. Now, Far Cry is a franchise that some gamers absolutely love, others seemingly not so much anymore. A lot of gamers think it's been a little bit more of the same, but then when you look at Far Cry Primal, how can you tell me that with a straight face? Far Cry Primal was released all the way back in 2016, and it is a very good Far Cry game. Is it absolutely excellent? I wouldn't say that, and even with your different style of presentation and your different setting, you can still tell that this is a Far Cry game through and through from the fundamentals. Yes, I know at this point we've seen the release of Far Cry 5, but that game has still held up in value. $14.99 for Far Cry Primal, I think, is a very good deal. Next up, we have Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen, which is 40% off, down to $17.99. Dragon's Dogma was one of the excellent RPGs released very late into the life cycle of the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360, and while it was a very good RPG, the real thing that held it back was on the technical side of things. There were frame rate issues, bugs, and technically it left a lot to be desired. Needless to say, with Dragon's Dogma Dark Dark Arisen on the PlayStation 4, those technical limitations have been completely removed, and the game looks and plays much better. The game itself is a lot of fun, an open world action RPG that is quite difficult. Some people would compare it to the Souls games, but it's definitely got its own unique flavor. $17.99 still a little bit pricey. I would have loved to see this game at $9.99, but considering it did just release back in October of last year, I can kind of give it a pass, and for all the content you're getting, it's a worthwhile pickup. Next up, we have Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice, 40% off for $17.99, a game done by Ninja Theory, and why that's so relevant is because Ninja Theory and PlayStation 4 are not going to go hand in hand anymore, because Ninja Theory has been acquired by Microsoft. Their last game they did on the PS4 was Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice, so I would definitely check it out because it is a phenomenal game. By the way, if you don't know, Ninja Theory also did Heavenly Sword, Enslaved Odyssey to the West, and DMC Devil May Cry, so amazing track record behind them. But Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice is arguably their best game, a completely atmospheric and absorbing game, and I wasn't completely sold on this game from the get-go, but they completely blew away my expectations. The game is a little bit on the shorter side, but for the amazing experience it offers, even at $17.99, I would say that it's a must-own title. Next up is a game that I was a little on the fence of including, but I decided to go with it. Watch Dogs 2 is 67% off for $19.79. Now, Watch Dogs 2 is a great game, but at this point, it's been almost 2 years since Watch Dogs 2 has been released, and I feel like the game should be a lot cheaper than $19.79. But hey, I guess it is what it is. I've recommended Watch Dogs 2 at this price point before, so let me recommend it again. It is a great game that unfortunately went a little bit under the radar in terms of commercial reception. That's kind of surprising considering the first Watch Dogs was one of the most anticipated games this generation. Unfortunately, that game did disappoint some people, and maybe that led to the lackluster reception of Watch Dogs 2, but if you compared it to Assassin's Creed 1 underwhelmed some people, but Assassin's Creed 2 was still a commercial blockbuster. Watch Dogs 2 didn't pan out the same way, and I often compare Watch Dogs 2 to AC2. A better story, better characters. It is PS4 Pro enhanced, so that's great, and by the way, there is a free demo of the game available as well, so if you're not completely sold on it, you can try out that demo and make a decision after that. Again, I think $19.79 is still a little bit steep of a price point, but for what you're getting, I would say it's worth it. Next up, we have one of the best PlayStation 2 games of all time making its return onto the PlayStation 4. Okami HD was released in December of last year, and now it's available 30% off for just $13.99. Now, it released at $19.99, so that was already a pretty big bargain, but now at $13.99, this is one of the best PlayStation 2 games ever, among the top 5. And that says a lot because when you look at the PlayStation 2's incredible library of games, top 5 is a big statement. But Okami is really that good of a game. A lot of gamers will compare it to Zelda. It's definitely got that artistic design going on for it, and the puzzles are very reminiscent of that. But it's an incredible game that unfortunately did not do commercially well enough to justify an Okami 2. We did get Okami Den on the Nintendo DS, but maybe if people keep buying Okami HD, and at some point Okami 2 can come to fruition. But for now, you should definitely give Okami a look, and this Okami HD version is great. $13.99 is a great price as well. Next up, we have Pillars of Eternity Complete Edition, 60% off for just $19.99. Pillars of Eternity is a game that I have always recommended to PS4 gamers. Yes, it's more of a PC-centric RPG, but it's a great RPG nonetheless once you give it a little bit of time and let it actually hook you into the experience. Now, I do have to say, it's a lot of text with the story. You're going to be doing a lot of reading in the game, and that might turn off some people. I should mention with Pillars of Eternity 2, that game is fully voice acted, so with the sequel, that is something to be looking forward to. But the first game is still excellent. You've got great gameplay, you've got incredible world building. If you like a world that is absolutely fleshed out and has a lot of depth to it, that's what you're getting in Pillars of Eternity. And with the Complete Edition, you get the expansions and the White March. Just a lot of content for your money, and a game that'll keep you very busy. At $19.99, I would say it's a great pickup. And lastly, I wanted to give a JRPG a mention. Tokyo Xanadu EX Plus is down 50% to $29.99. Now, this is another game that's really held up in value. It was just released in December of last year, but it doesn't go on sale often, and when it does, it's just 50% off to $29.99. I would say it is absolutely worth it though. It's a very competent and well-made JRPG, great characters, very good story. I think it's just lacking some elements to take it to that next level. It's just at that threshold below the masterclass JRPGs, like your Persona 5s. It's not quite that good, but it's right below that tier, and it's a very good game in its own right that's packed with content, and if you're familiar with JRPGs, this is one to pick up. Now, if you're just getting into the genre, stay away from Tokyo Xanadu. It's very much catered towards ardent fans of the genre, but again, if you're a fan of the genre, $29.99 and you're getting a great game. So that is going to conclude this video. 10 excellent deals as a part of the PlayStation Plus double discount sale. A lot of great deals available. Again, all of these games are priced a little bit higher, but I would say that they're all great games. And if you guys want, in a few days, we might do a video looking at games under $10, and we'll include the totally digital sale in that as well. So sound off with your thoughts in the comments section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.